So here we go, guys. We have here the recap of the update preview stream that we had. So we are gonna have the dev server coming very soon. So I just wanted to give the main points for you in these 2 hours of streams that we had in both the English and Russian streams. Okay, guys? First things first, obviously, F-117 was added. This thing can be detected. It's just very hard. 8.7 BR, 10.0 in ground battles. No countermeasures, no missiles, no guns, just bombs. And it will be very interesting, but at the same time, very hard to fly this thing. They didn't fly the thing, only later, I think. It has a very good cockpit. Don't you worry, I will be covering everything with it. I have to fly it to find it. So very cool cockpit, as you see. Of course, I will be covering in the dev server, so don't you worry, okay? They showed a little bit of the F-15 over here, the F-15I. Both the Israelis and the Americans are receiving one. It is an aircraft that has an amazing radar, amazing air-to-ground capability, still the same good old engines. They didn't include the engines, and BVVD said that they didn't include the new engines because they wanted this aircraft to be the strike aircraft, not the fighter aircraft. So if they added the new engines, it would probably be as good as an F-15C on the terms of air-to-air, and it would mean that the aircraft there would be no reason to, have to play the other jets. So that's the idea. They want these aircraft to be more the air-to-ground capability aircraft, okay? So it's pretty interesting. It has many types of loadouts, glide bombs, these little glide bombs here. I thought this was like a cruise missile, but it isn't. It's a GBU-39B, so glide bomb that has GPS guidance, and you need to use the conformal fuel tanks and stuff. It's very fun because it's interesting. If you do use your conformal fuel tanks, you can be a much better air-to-ground aircraft. But if you don't use it, you can be the normal air-to-air. So it's going to be fun because you can use both, if I'm not mistaken, depending on situation. So yeah, for the vehicles, they tested Deluxe. This thing is very crazy. It has like a four-wheel kind of situation that turns very cool. The OSA is coming for the Germans, for the Italians, and for the Russians. Very good missiles, very good AA at 10.3 BR. I don't know if it's going to remain that. SU-34, guys, SU-34, new effects, as you see, very cool. It is going to be amazing in dogfights, but it is a lot heavier than SU-27, right? So you gotta think about that. You can use 8 R-77s, not the 10 that I thought you would actually be able to. And look at this. I mean, look at this maneuver. I mean, look at this. Yeah, it's just amazing. It really is amazing. But of course, guys, look at this. This is the PESA, guys. It feels that it's not that fast, but it is pretty fast, boys. It's way faster than any radar in the game. So they are implementing, the BVD said, the first PESA, properly modeled PESA in the game, which means it's going to be very fast in the detection zone, as you see. Of course, we're gonna check it out that later. You can do basically everything in the air-to-ground role. I mean, look at how many missiles you can carry. You can carry basically 8 of them and 2 R-73s. I don't know if you can carry anything in the middle here. I don't think so, but still, it has a weird like TV system that it's not really thermal, but it's like an advanced night vision system integrated, which is pretty good. It can carry basically everything that the Russians can use, and it has the ability to carry the Grom. Guys, the Grom is basically a cruise missile, okay? This is kind of a cruise missile. Launch range is 120 kilometers, and it has a Mach 2 speed, which means that you can just spawn in, fire like 3 of them or 4 of them in a base, the rest in another base, and you destroy like 1 or 2 bases from the spawn, because they have 120 kilometers and a Mach 2 speed. He will get there before any fighters, I'm pretty sure. So very interesting missile, and of course you can be used in a normal battle as well, for air to ground as well, in tanks and stuff. It has the glide bomb version out of it as well, without propulsion. They tested multiple vehicles and stuff. I'm not gonna show every single one because that's for the dev server, but these are the main things. The Brimstone, they tested the Brimstone. Nothing that we should expect that it's not already show it, right? The Mi-24 Super Hind is here with the Ingwe, or something like that, missile. So South African Ingwe. I think that's it. So very cool vehicle, very cool squadron vehicle as well. They tested the Tornado GR4, everything that we expected from it. There are other things coming up, okay, for the game, but they're not like ready yet. Like the Japanese vehicle apparently is coming. They didn't mention what type of vehicle. Leopard for the French. So they showed a bit of everything. I'm gonna show everything on the dev server. Just know that the graphics are amazing right now. Ray tracing is added, so it really is different on the terms of graphics and stuff. The game will be heavier, of course. New graphics for afterburners, new graphics for when you are on the ground, driving around with the aircraft. It's just like, look at the speed of this radar compared to the SU-34. The PESA is really amazing. Look at the new like models and stuff of the Vapors and stuff. So it's just a very big graphic update with some of the Striker aircraft being added. Okay, that's the main thing. PESA radar for the SU-34. F-15I has the original engines, but it is still pretty cool. So that's what you should expect, okay? The dev server should come very soon. And this is kind of the recap. I will leave the link in the description for you to check it out. But of course, these are the main things that I find for the channel, of course, that I talked about. They revealed the new vehicle for the event as well, KV-7. Very cool aircraft, tank aircraft, Jesus Christ. And they showed everything else here, like I said. And let me just find it, guys. The Israelis are receiving indeed an F-15I, as you see right here. So yeah, F-15I RAM. So very cool. Same aircraft. In real life, it has a downgraded radar, but I think it will be pretty much the same. But yeah, the Israelis are also receiving an F-15I. The F-15I is coming below the F-111. The F-15I is coming below the F-16D. And the SU-34 is coming below the, of course, SU-24M. So I see you guys on the next one. This was a very small recap over here. See you guys. Subscribe. Bye.